another pickups video. This time because I recently went to the London Gaming Market, and which is basically a new event they've started. Hopefully continue on doing up in London, where people just will come down and sell retro games. It also does like tabletop gaming merchandise, just anything game, mainly retro stuff, but there's like a whole wider range of and basically to anyone can come down and sell stuff, and obviously everyone's welcome. So I figured I'll go up there, have a look what people have on offer to, and I figured I'd make a video on it because I picked up a pretty good haul, and most of the vendors were selling stuff reasonably well. I mean, one thing that did actually I find a bit odd. There was a vendor. I think it was at this price. They had Majora's Mask unboxed, selling it for 75, which I thought was fucking bullshit, because I've seen you can get that easily boxed under 75 way easily. Anyway, so I thought that was a bit bullshit, but most of the other sellers there were reasonably well priced. I mean, they know what they're selling, so obviously it would be all like priced accordingly to collectors and whatnot. I have links in the description about some of the sellers that were there who were actually pretty good. And anyway, yeah, moving on. I'll start off with actually the very first thing I bought, which, well, when I asked how much it was, and the guy gave it to me after, everyone kind of looked at me and kind of like, "Have you've really got a CDI?" I'm like, "Yes, I have." I got a replacement gamepad for my CDI at last. I've been wanting one of these since basically sort of like the last 3 or 4 months, because my other pad obviously has died, and I wanted a new one. I wanted to get one of these particularly, but they always seemed really expensive. Like this particular one seemed like really expensive on eBay and stuff. Like I saw it for like sort of 50 or 60. I got a good deal on this. I got it for 35, which I'm really quite happy about. And yeah, finally got a replacement CDI pad, so I can get back to playing some CDI goodness there. And which was a shame, they didn't have any CDI games. Well, I didn't see any, but they need to have a CDI stall next time, I'd say. Moving on, I picked up a few Mega Drive games. Here's the Mega Games 1. Really, I got this because I need a replacement box for a game, obviously, for a video I'm doing soon. So yeah, I just picked up a. I'm going to keep the game, but I just needed a box just to use for a custom cover I'm making. But yeah, Mega Games 1 that has Super Hang-On columns and World Cup Italia 90 on it. Yeah, not much you can say. It's Mega Games 1. 3 games on 1 cartridge. Awesome. Now this, I was looking for this for a while. I really used to enjoy playing this when I was younger with my brother. When my cousin used to bring his Mega Drive round to our grands, and we'd have a stack of games, and always used to, when he wasn't there, we'd sort of rummage through and sort of play it. And Toe Jam and Earl. I know a lot of people have this, and like it's not particularly hard to find or anything, but I've always wanted a boxed copy, and well, unfortunately it doesn't come with a manual, but it comes with the cartridge, so I'm happy with that, at least for now. So really enjoyable game. If you don't know Toe Jam and Earl, you're basically 2 aliens who've sort of crash landed on Earth, and basically you're finding the pieces of your ship to put back together so you can get back to Earth. It's really a lot of people sort of complain about it, that it's really sort of samey and not a lot happens, but I think there's quite a bit of charm to it. You see Earth, like all the Earth people and the humans, they're sort of out to get you, basically. Like, it seems like unintentionally, like they sort of wander in your path and you need to like avoid them, or sort of keep out their way. And yeah, if you can get it on the Sega Mega Drive Genesis collection on like PS3, Xbox and PC, I assume. So yeah, I think it's worth checking out if you like sort of quirky fun games. And okay, moving on. A lot of people will be like, why the hell did you pick this up? But I've always wanted a copy, just to sort of have, because I remember playing it when I was younger. One of my friends at school had it, and he lent it to me. And the first thing he warned me about was, it will probably give you headaches after playing for a while. Sonic 3D. Yeah, on the Mega Drive. A lot of people really don't like this, but I really enjoyed it. I mean, it doesn't play like a Sonic game. It's sort of isometric 3D, and hasn't got the fast speed, and it's quite a slow Sonic game. But for what you're going around collecting flickies to story. For the story, it's Sonic has to save the flickies from Robotnik from using them or whatever he wants them. But yeah, I've always enjoyed it. Yeah, still haven't taken out the plastic covers yet, but yeah, Sonic 3D, I think it's worth checking out for sort of like a curiosity's sake, really, or if you just like I'm not really a game collector, but if you like collecting, if you're a game collector, pick it up, cause obviously you're going to because you're a collector. Finally for the Mega Drive, unboxed, but I always wanted this Sonic and Knuckles. Yeah, I would have liked it boxed, but I'm just happy I've got the cartridge at least now, so I can play. Well, I've got these, like the Genesis collection, and I've got or Mega Drive collection, and I've got Sonic Jam. But at least it's nice to have the actual sort of cartridge. You can play the original Sonic and Sonic 3 with Knuckles, and Sonic 2 and everything. So that's glad I found that. It's funny because I would have thought even unboxed that would go, because when I first came in, the seller who had that, it was just sitting there when I arrived in, quite early, and even like sort of 3 or 4 hours later, that was still there, and I thought no one picked it up, so I picked it up because yeah, I just assumed it would go. Okay, moving on to picked up one lonely Sega Saturn game, I believe, yes. Sega Ages Volume 1. I don't think whether Volume 2 ever came out in Europe or to the West, I don't know. But Sega Ages Volume 1, yeah. This comes with Afterburner 2, Space Harrier and Outrun. I've wanted to have this for so long, 13 quid. And yeah, I remember seeing this in the old Sega Saturn magazines we have in the UK, and well, I know you could get like Space Harrier and Afterburner and everything on the Mega Drive, but these seemed like the sort of like arcade, as close to the arcade as you could get at the time. And I'd never played any. Surprisingly, I'd never played any of these games before, and I've really wanted it. And when I saw it at the gaming market, I was like, definitely getting that. It's been on my sort of wish list for a while. So really fun, sort of of everyone arcade style games. Well worth checking out and playing, I'd say. Really fun games. Okay, moving on to I got Dreamcast. I had like a load of Dreamcast games, but not a lot of people seemed to care about the Sega stuff there. Everyone was just like, rushing over to like the NES and like Nintendo stuff, and which was good for me anyway, because I could check out all the Sega stuff and the Saturn, Mega Drive, and Dreamcast things. But Godzilla Generations, I remember playing this so much on my cousin's, because he had a Japanese Dreamcast. He imported it, and he had the Godzilla VMUs as well. And I remember playing the absolute shit out of this back in the day. Like, I'll just go around to houses. Like, yep, nice to see you, but can I play some Godzilla? All it is you just Godzilla just wrecking a city, really. But God, it was fun. It really was, because I believe this was the first Godzilla game I ever played, and I just loved it. It was so much fun, and with the added VMUs where you could like raise your Godzilla and everything, it was just really fun. Well worth checking out. It might not be as good as like later ones like Godzilla Unleashed and the ones that came out for like the GameCube and PS2, but I think it's well worth checking out. A fun game, obviously. Need a Dreamcast, but yeah, that was a good little game there. Right, and they had 3DO games and systems on sales there as well, which is brilliant, because I've been looking for 3DO games because I've been enjoying the 3DO, and this one I've been after for a little while. I think it's pronounced the Daedalus Encounter. You're going to correct me if I'm wrong anyway, but yeah, I've wanted this for so not for so long, but ever since I got a 3DO and checking the games out, this one, I don't know why, it just seems to have it caught my eye, and it's sort of like typical for the time, like like a full motion video game, but I've just something about it made me want to get it, and searching on eBay I couldn't really find it for a decent price, and Amazon just never seemed to have it, and I paid £16 for this. I paid £16, and I saw this. I was just like, I just immediately picked up and just held on to it for dear life until until I got to the guy selling and I paid for it. But yeah, I'm gonna have to. I haven't tried any of these yet, really, for only for testing out, make sure they're okay, working purposes. But I haven't actually sat down and played any. So I'm gonna have to give this a shot, just because. Yeah, it might be complete and utter shit, but I just wanted to get it and just see what it's like, and it's another 3DO game, so I'm happy about that. And I was saying I didn't really care much about the Nintendo side of things. I was recommended a game which I wanted to sort of like search out and get, because I've first off Dithariki. If you don't know who she is, I'll put the link to her channel in the description, because she's done a Let's Play of this. But my friend Dithariki recommended this because she said it's one of the best N64 games, and a lot of people say it is. Banjo-Kazooie, £10. I don't know if that's a good price for it, but it seemed, it seemed fair, because a lot of people were selling, like I said before, Majora's Mask like 75 quid, and like Super Mario, Super Mario were 64 on like the N64 for, well, obviously, for like, sort of 15-20 quid. So I saw Banjo-Kazooie, one of the best games for the N64 for a 10. I was like, yeah, I'm going to buy that. That's a cartridge, but yeah, for 10 quid, I think I'll give it a go. Everyone says it's really, I just always hear good things about it, so yeah, Banjo-Kazooie on the N64. Oh shit, forgot those. They had, like I said, they had like merch and plushies and shit like that on sale, and I picked up a Sonic and a Knuckles plushie. That's all. So they can sit with Sonic and Knuckles now. There we go. Look after that, lads. Yeah, just that Sonic and Sonic and Knuckles plushie, so I figured, yeah, I'm going to buy that. No Tails dolls, though. Bit disappointed with that, but they had loads of copies of Sonic R, which I haven't bought, so that's one thing. And there was one stall, moving on to the next item now, there was one stall, and they had, I got talking to the guy, and he had like loads of sort of like collector and promo items and things, you know, promoting the game, the games, like, he had, I believe he had the Bioshock Infinite, the Wanted posters, and he was saying, well, I think he had one left, I think he said, and he had like Luigi's Mansion, like the cardboard stand, I think it's a Fallout, like a Fallout sort of small box, and I was like, oh, call dibs on that. He's like, no, he's not getting rid of it, so I was like, fair enough, fair enough. But I noticed this, and I had to buy it because I love game soundtracks, and even if it's a promotional thing, I just like to have it. But the DMC Devil May Cry, it's a soundtrack selection. You know, the Combi Crisis Noiser, and it comes from the Combi Crisis. It comes with, I believe, 2 tracks that I have to check this that aren't on the soundtrack. Sequential 1 and where is it? Media Riot. And you know, it all says on the bottom here that it's not for sale. I don't think not for sale. But I saw this £5. I was like, yeah, I'm going to buy it because you know, this is not readily available, you know, at the time really, because it's all promotional. And yeah, I just love game soundtracks, and you know, any sort of promotional items like that, I like getting because they're just sort of niceties to have. And finally, I've always, well, here we go. I wanted one of these controllers for a while, just because they're nothing special, but just to have, because you know, one, I like the look of them, and two, they're kind of like the well, anyway, here it is. Original PS1 controller without the analog sticks. I just always wanted it. I forgot how light they are as well without the sticks, and it feels a bit weird playing them without the analog sticks there, but you get used to it and it works fine. And I've just always wanted a PS1 pad without the analog sticks because I think they look cool. Yeah. Anyway, that's more. Well, not all my pickups because I'm not showing everything. It's like some Christmas gifts for other people who might be watching this video. But yeah, that's the majority of my pickups I got from sorry, the London Gaming Market on Sunday. Like I said, I put the link to the website in the description, and they got the dates for when it's happening next year. So if you're in London around that time, I say, you know, go up and just have a look around. I mean, like, obviously, like I mentioned, some of the sellers are, you know, will sell some of their, you know, more sought after games for a little bit more, so it's best to not just go to the first stall, you know, you see and buy what you know, what you see first, because I saw Sonic 3D at the first one I went to for £16, and I saw it later for 11, so I figured, you know, look around, don't just pay whatever you know, whatever prices they all have. So just be sensible with your money, basically. That's all. A lot of people trying to haggle, you know, haggle prices down and things, but yeah, generally, like the guys I mentioned in the description, the sellers there, they're really good. They got websites, obviously, but yeah, it was good fun. And the tabletop gaming, you know, I'm not really into it, but they have the tables set up there so you can play, you know, play some of the card games and things they have on offer. But I've been rambling too long about this. Anyway, go check the website out, check the Facebook page out for the London Gaming Market, and you know, go to it next year, or you know, if it seems interesting to you. Anyway, I'll leave it at that, and thanks for watching. I'll see you later. Bye.